Hello, this is Nishchita. I'm making this video as a part of my homework 9 for property and stochastic processes. The first question in homework 9 is we are given that W of t is a Wiener process, and we are given a new process x of t, which is W of t plus 1 minus W of t, and the questions are as follows. In question A, we're supposed to draw a couple of samples for x of t. X of t is basically dependent on W of t plus 1 minus W of t, and these values can take any random numbers, and because of that, x of t is also a random numbered process, and the sample can be written like as shown here. The part B says find expectation of x of t and r of t1 comma t2. So expectation of x of t, that is E of x of t, is E of W of t plus 1 in minus W of t. Since we know that W of t is a Wiener process, both W of t plus 1 and W of t are 0, so expectation of x of t will also come to 0. R of W of t plus t1 comma t2 can be taken as minimum of t1 comma t2 into alpha, because W of t is a Wiener process. Now let's see R of x of t1 comma t2. Which will be equal to, on substitution, it will be E of W of t plus 1 minus W t1 into W of t2 plus 1 minus W t2. So we multiply each term. We'll give E of W of t plus 1 into W of t2 plus 1 minus W of t plus 1 into W of t2 minus W of t1 into W of t2 plus 1 plus W of t1 into W of t2. So using this equation, we can write R of t1 comma t2 is alpha into minimum of t1 comma t2 plus 1 minus minimum of t1 plus 1 comma t2 into alpha minus minimum of t1 comma t2 plus 1 into alpha. So the part C asks us if x of t is a WSS or an SSS. So it's because here R of t1 plus t2 is not related to only the variables t1 and 2, so x of t is not a WSS process or SSS process. Here the value of x of t is not related to the previous values, as we can see in the previous equation. So we can also say that it's not a Markov process. In order to find if it's correlated or uncorrelated, E of x of t ta minus x of tb into E of x of tc minus x of td is considered. So we substitute x of ta with the W of ta minus W of ta plus 1 and so on. So if we multiply each of them, we'll find that this equation is not equal to the value of E of x of ta minus x of tb into E of x of tc minus x of td. Hence we can say that x of t is not an independent process, and is uncorrelated, and it doesn't have, as you can see, it doesn't have orthogonal increments here. Thank you.